Welcome to the MS Fram. Here we are on deck 3. This is where you're going to enter the Fram. You will either check in right here at these desks on deck 3, or they'll direct you up to deck 4. One thing I want to show you as we get started is the deck plan. So you can see it has 8 decks. The car deck and hospital are on deck 2, cabins deck 3. Deck 4 is where you're going to spend a lot of your time. That's where the dining room and lecture halls are located. Deck 5 has a great observation deck on the front, as well as suites and cabins. And then deck 6 is all suites and cabins. Deck 7 is an observation lounge and a sun deck along the back, as well as the fitness room and whirlpools. And then deck 8 is the sauna, locker rooms, and one more observation deck. The other thing you're going to want to notice when you get on board is there will be a daily schedule posted just outside the elevators. Here's our for our last sea day here in the MS Fram. So this will tell you everything you need to know. They do not print these out, so you want to take a photo of it with your phone or just continue to check and see what's happening throughout the day. So let me show you where my cabin is, which is going to be here on deck 3, cabin 337. It is a polar outside. So you have definitely different categories of cabins here on the MS Fram. So you have the suites, the polar outsides, and the polar insides. There's different amenities depending on the cabin you have. So here, let me show you inside this polar outside, so you can kind of know what one of the less expensive cabins is. All right, here we are at cabin 337 on the MS Fram. First thing, you definitely need a key card. And then you have this desk, as well as 2 closets, extra blankets, a safe. So here's the other closet. So plenty of storage for 2 people. A small desk, a storage area for your luggage, a television, 2 beds. They can't be put together. You can see a small porthole window, and then the bathroom. Compact but efficient. There you go. And then here's the day look for our cabin. Lots more space. Back at deck 3, we're going to go down to deck 2 to show you where the car deck is. Now, this ship doesn't carry cars, but when you go on the coastal Norway journeys, it is a ferry-like shuttle, so they do allow you to bring cars. So down here to deck 2. And just to show you, these are the life jackets that you put on when you ride in the Polar Circle boat. So we had the chance to take a Polar Circle boat on this journey. And then let me show you the Polar Circle boats and what's behind this door. These are the Polar Circle boats meant for Arctic cruising. You can tell because they have the seats in them. The MS Fram has 2 types of boats. Regular Zodiac boats with a small bench where you sit facing each other, or this larger boat with actual seats where you can face forward. This is a huge plus for the MS Fram because as you're cruising around Antarctica, you don't want to be holding on to the side. You want to be in a firm seat, being able to take pictures with both hands. And you pull up right to the ship, these nice gentlemen, you grab their wrists and they help you up the 2 small stairs from the boat into the ship. The ship provides the suits you need, and here's Tom talking about kayaking.
Picture stops, we tell a little bit about the place that we are in, we tell a little bit about the animals we might see. Sometimes we see seals, it's possible to see whales, penguins, fur seals, birds, all kinds of birds. So it's really a unique experience, especially because the animals don't see us as humans when you're in a kayak. We're just another big thing that they're curious about and they come to check us out.
Here's an example of the tents they use for camping in Antarctica. Here on deck 2 is the hospital. They have a doctor on board, as well as equipment like an x-ray machine. You can see it right there. And then here is the hospital, including the office hours. I was down here earlier to get a seasickness pill, so whatever you need. So now we're gonna go up and go to deck 4. So here we are on deck 4. So the ship has been themed around Greenland and the original journey of the MS Fram. So this section has the front desk, the bistro, and the lecture halls. I do want to draw your attention to this beautiful painting by a Greenland artist. And a little tip I want to tell you is there are animals hidden in what looks just to be a regular landscape. So I'm going to point out one, and then you have to find all the other ones. So right down here, can you see the antlers? There's a little reindeer. All right, so you guys have to find the rest. So here's a nice little lounge and the reception area. So this is going to be where you will check in. Here is the Wi-Fi connection rate. So all of the onboard charges are going to be in Norwegian currency. So just to give you an idea, divide by 7. So that will give you a good idea of how much things are going to cost. Our whole voyage was 8 nights. So, and over here we have the fireplace and the little science center. During our sailing, one of the members of the expedition team was a Smithsonian Institute scholar in biology. So she brought on different samples and different things we could look at. The expedition team hangs out. It's a wonderful group of experts in all different types of disciplines, biology, or birds, glaciers, polar history. And then here are the lecture rooms where you'll have different lectures throughout the course of your journey. There's usually 2 or 3 per day about where we're headed, history, like I said, different animals. Here everyone's getting ready for a 2:30 lecture with Bjorn about the Northwest Passage. There's also this dry erase board that will give you what you need to know. You'll also definitely want to keep an eye out for this area where the expedition team will post updates, the daily schedule, and any sign-up sheets you may need to sign up for different activities on board. Then back here is the little bistro. So here you can get hot water, hot chocolate, coffee, and tea throughout the day. You definitely want to bring a water bottle or be prepared to buy one once you get on board so you can fill up with water. And here's all the different kinds of tea they have. So if you're a tea fan, you'll be all set. And then in here is the gift shop. So they have both things you can use on the journey or souvenirs. It is quite expensive, I will warn you. This is high quality expedition gear. So you want to make sure you bring your items with you. So for instance, a t-shirt, $2.50, it's around $30. Now my favorite souvenir is this little patch right here. You can Velcro right on to your jacket that you get for free, or included, I guess you should say. So I'll show you a picture a little bit later of me in my jacket. The jackets come in extra small to 3X. I am wearing a 3X here, and I usually wear about a 22 women's to give you an idea. So coming out, we're gonna go to the restaurant.
Hello. Hi.
Hi. You want to check out the schedule too? Oh. One thing I love about the ship is how everywhere you are, there's going to be a view. Such beautiful views of all the great places you're cruising past. And then because this ship commemorates the original expedition voyages of the MS Fram, they have a little museum. So this is all on loan from the MS Fram Museum in Oslo, Norway. So you have a replica of the ship. And then over here, in each of these cabinets, you have different artifacts from the different expeditions. So their diaries, scalpels and medicine, and a little bit of alcohol that survived. So you can learn a lot about the history of the MS Fram itself. Now, entering into the dining room, Artic means sea in Greenland, so they want to really capture all the elements of the sea. So look here on the doors. These door handles are meant to symbolize a kayak. And then here's your dining room. So you're going to have your meals here. There's a buffet breakfast and lunch, and then some nights you have a seated dinner, and some nights you have a buffet dinner. So let me show you some pics from our meals. So for breakfast, had your typical yogurt, granola, fruit, as well as hot breakfast, eggs, scrambled, soft-boiled, hard-boiled, lots of beautiful fresh-made breads and rolls. Also, the toppings you need to fancy them up. This is lunch, so every day you could get a salad, again, bread service, 3 different cold salads, and then different hot entrees. For the seated dinners, everyone ate at the same time off the same menu. So these are some examples of that. We're gonna head up to deck 5 to see the observation deck. Here we go, to deck 5. You actually will have a chance to tour it as part of your journey. So I'm going to head back in and go up to deck 7. Here on deck 7. Now you may have been noticing these beautiful bronze installations. They tell a story as you go up from deck 2 to deck 7. So I'll leave that to you to figure out the story. A ladies' room, men's room is on the other side, and this is the observation lounge. So usually all the evening activities take place up here, but it's very popular throughout the day. Also the location of the bar. So mock beer is on draft. And then pretty much any of your standard liquors are available. Red and white wine. Wine is also available to be purchased by the bottle. You can buy there's Sherman, best bartender. You can buy a pack of wines at the beginning. So if it's for an 8-night journey, you buy a pack of 8 wines at a discounted price at the beginning. The average price ends up being about $36 a bottle. Now, you may get on board and wonder what these dark spots on the dance floor are meant to symbolize, and it's driftwood. So again, the theme of this is the sky and the sea of Greenland. You'll see that the wave-like patterns on the chairs, and then both on the tables and on the floor, there's a design meant to remind you of driftwood. All right, and then here on deck 7 is also the fitness center. First, let me show you the sauna. Here's the fitness center. I think it's quite large for a ship of this size. And ping pong counts as fitness here. So machines, weights. And then just outside, you find the hot tubs. Two hot tubs. Definitely shower first. And then here's a beautiful sun deck on the back. They have tables and chairs they can set out. And sun loungers. We've had a bit of a rocky sailing, so they haven't quite put them all out. The Norway flag, of course. So very, very pretty. So now let's go up to deck 8. We're gonna go to that stairwell right back there. And then here we are, another observation deck at the front of the ship. As you're cruising, the crew will make announcements when there's things to see. So for instance, on this sailing, we were surprised on day 1 with a lot of whale and dolphin sightings. So they came over the loudspeaker and let people know, and everybody ran to the outside decks. Overnight, I asked if they make announcements during the night as well, and they said only if something really spectacular is happening, like a great viewing of the Northern Lights or a polar bear sighting on the Arctic journeys. But everybody heads up on deck and they continue making announcements about what you're seeing. Here is the Deck 8 entrance to the sauna. So again, here's how you enter the sauna. All right. And that's the MS Fram. I really hope you have a chance to experience the wonderful expedition the ship has to offer, from sailing from Antarctica to the Arctic and in between. I would love to help you plan that voyage. You can book with me for special savings and deals, especially on the October 8th, 2018 New England sailing. Just email Angie at tripswithangie.com. Thanks.